Hey everybody, welcome to Playhouse Live, your weekly one-stop shop for all of the video game news of the week that was. I am one of your hosts, Finn, and here as always with my lovely co-host, Jonathan. John Ward.
Hello. We'll go John Ward. I like
John
that.
Ward. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And I guess I'll never find out. Keep it a mystery.
You can.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's going
John,
on? How have you been?
I'm good. Yeah, we took last week off, and then the week before, we were doing the next gen launch party. So it feels good to finally get down to talk about some video game news again. Yeah. So yeah, you guys just had Thanksgiving. Are you now in a mode where you're like ready to accept Christmas? Because I'm still rocking these Christmas jumpers right now.
Yes. We went out maybe yesterday, and I heard Christmas music, and I didn't have an adverse reaction to it, so I'm very happy.
So yeah, immediately want to crawl into your own skin.
Exactly. I'm pretty happy that we're now in the Christmas time. We got to put up a tree still, and I got to hang lights on my house, which is really hard some days. So, but past that, it's Christmas time, baby. I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Yeah. For me, I've been like, I've already been jolly, as I expressed a few weeks ago on the show, but like lately I've been super jolly. In Ireland, on our like main TV station, there's like the Late Late Show, which is our late night talk show, and every year they do the Late Late Toy Show, which is just this big 2-hour marathon where they like bring on a bunch of kids and like show off like all the toys this season and stuff, and it's the jolliest thing. So that had me like, I didn't watch it last night, but it was super gleeful today. The host accidentally said fuck on the show in front of the kids. That was funny. That put me in a better mood. So yeah, no, I'm glad you are getting in the festive mood, because I think it's time that I bring out this bad boy.
Oh god, what do we got?
Which is our new opening segment for the next few weeks leading up to Christmas.
Oh shit, okay.
John, I'm in rare form today. I don't know if you can sense it, but I am buzzing after having a week off. So yeah, prepare yourself.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm in.
All right. I may get a few things ready here. So
I love how we don't tell each other what we're going to do. So everything, like any kind of reactions we have, are actually genuine.
This one in particular, I want to spring a surprise. All right, give me a sec here.
Okay.
So,
wait, what the hell are you doing? All right. No. I cannot stand idly and get shown up like this. So I accept your challenge, sir. 100% do I accept this challenge, and I will come back next week. Because I didn't know this was going to be a thing, or I would have done something. So no, I see your challenge. I'm in on this.
Yo, what's poppin', my gamerinos? Gamer Santa here.
Gamer Santa.
Giving all the good kids their Fortnite skins and giving all the bad kids, deleting their favorite TikToks or whatever. So I'm just dropping in on the show this week, and I need help, right?
Okay. Santa,
Gamer
talk to me.
Santa is low on elves right now, all right? The COVID pandemic has everyone working from home. We haven't upgraded our internet. Zoom calls don't work. It's fuzzy. So I need your help today, John. You're going to be my elf.
Okay. Yes, Gamer Santa. How can I help you?
So the main job of Gamer Santa is obviously to deliver presents. And to do that, he has to make his naughty and nice list.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a few names, and you're going to help me decide who's naughty and who's nice. Because it's just too much work for me to look into this. You seem to be all in on the this beer, by the way. Oh my god. Okay.
I will be your Pika elf, Santa.
Okay, got it. All right. First name for you. Nice, naughty or nice?
Okay.
Sony. Have they been naughty or nice this year? Why?
They have been nice this year.
Why have Sony been nice?
It's called the PS5, Santa. You're a gamer, Santa. I hope you would know that. But mainly because the PS5 has been great. It actually feels next gen, and it's one of those things like the kids want this, Santa. So I would put Sony on the nice list.
Got it. All right, give me a sec here. The next item on the list is Microsoft. Have they been naughty or nice?
nice. I'll put Sony on, or not Sony, but I'll put Microsoft on nice as well. Mainly because it's one of those. Sorry, I'm laughing. Again, their PR department has been doing very, very good on this one, and I fully respect a company that will actually go, you know what? We're sorry we didn't have enough stock for you guys, and I'm down with that.
All right. Microsoft on the nice list as well. You're being generous with Santa's gifts today. Okay,
I am.
Nintendo.
Naughty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's coming from me, and I am a Nintendo fanboy, and I will say Nintendo's been naughty because we don't know what's going on with them, Santa. Like, do you have the crystal ball? I don't know how you see. Do you see into the future as well? I don't know this.
Santa does not have the power to see into the future any more than like following Nibble on Twitter.
Okay.
But yeah, there were supposedly leaks that a Nintendo conference was happening. That didn't happen. You know what?
Yeah.
Naughty list.
Naughty list. We need more Nintendo. I understand you like being quiet, but Santa, I got to put him on the naughty list.
I should mention as well, over the coming weeks, if things change, you can be moved from the naughty list to the nice list. Okay. There is time before Christmas to redeem yourself. That's
true. We are not setting this in stone yet, correct?
Yeah. Likewise, There is time to be, do some naughty acts right before the big day and, get yourself demoted. Get that big lump of coal, baby. EA, Electronic Arts.
Ooh. My gut says naughty.
That's the immediate reaction, right? But I'm just trying to think back.
That's the immediate reaction, but I almost lean toward nice. And here's why. I'm taking EA Sports and all that crap, and I'm putting it out the window because they just give you the same shit over and over again. I'm looking at them literally going, all right, Star Wars games, do your thing. We're not going to touch it. We're not going to do anything. Go do your stuff. And we have two great Star Wars games. We've got Squadrons and Fallen Order. And I freaking love those games. So do we have a meh? Like, time will tell? Can we do that?
Here's the thing. Santa recognizes that, like, people don't change, nor do companies change on a whim.
No.
I don't see if EA has been any more evil than they have already been. And, I think to the EA Play on Games Pass, I'm thinking, like, okay, this could be the start of the up curve, right?
Yes.
I can see you're doing work to try and make yourself better.
See, and to double down a little bit on the EA, maybe touching the nice list a little bit, is they partnered with Game Pass.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one's a toss-up. I put them on the line of naughty, but some of the stuff that when they don't touch it, it works.
All right. Nice list for now, but keep an eye on it. Yeah.
Yes. Titanfall 2, yes. Great game. Freaking love that game.
Titanfall 2, yeah. Apex Legends, yeah.
Apex Legends, yeah.
Activision Blizzard.
Ooh. Santa, tell me, is our friend Finn on the naughty or nice list right now?
That may be decided in the coming weeks.
In the coming weeks? Okay, I have to make sure. All right. Activision Blizzard. Ooh, I don't know if they've redeemed themselves from kind of what happened Blizzard Con 2019. That being said, though, Activision did publish no, that was last year. That was Sekiro. Never mind. I'm sorry. That was 2019 as well. I don't know. Crash Bandicoot, I'm told, is a good game. I don't know, Santa. How are you feeling on that one?
Santa's Christmas. Okay, it's fine. Okay, Santa used Christmas magic to get the overlay back there. It was gone for a second. Yeah, it's again, on one hand, you have to look at the Activision side of things, where they're treating these like old properties. You have Tony Hawk Pro Skater, you have Crash Bandicoot, all doing gangbusters this time around.
Yes.
Then you got Blizzard, who, like, what happened to Overwatch 2? Still haven't fixed Warcraft 3 Reforged.
We're getting Diablo 4, though.
Yeah, but, like, when? Really? When? Like, you could just put up a Diablo 4 on a screen and just, like, a stick figure, and it's like, hey, we made it. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to need a final verdict on them. The hard part about this one is you have to take the package of Activision and Blizzard. And you have to either condemn one people to hell or just bring them in, let them slide.
You know what? I'm going to put him with the naughty list then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put them over with EA.
Yeah. Oh, this will be fun. I wish we had Tim here. Capcom.
Oh shit. Actually, you know what? I'll put them on the nice list. I mean, that's pretty easy. Capcom's. I mean, we got Devil May Cry 5, which is fantastic. All of their reboots, remakes of the not Final Fantasy. I'm sorry. Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So I think Capcom is kind of slowly on that upturn a little bit. So I would put them on the nice list.
Yeah. The Capcom resurgence still taken away.
Yes. Monster Hunter. Yeah, that's a good point. Monster Hunter.
90 points out. Monster Hunter, for sure. Santa also uses Christmas Magic to add this little new feature where we show chat messages live.
Ooh.
So like you maybe want to give Santa some credit for that, chat, right? It's not easy to put on a show. You know what? That's just okay. A lot of stress this time of year for Santa. All right, Gamer Santa. All right, Capcom on the nice list. Square Enix.
Ooh. Okay, so you've got the one hand, you've got Final Fantasy VII, which I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. I played Remake and I freaking loved it.
Okay.
But then you also have to factor in Avengers.
Ooh. I didn't even think about Avengers. That is them, though.
Yeah, that is them. And I'm like, do the positives, on my perspective, do the positives of Final Fantasy VII outrank the $100 million that has not been made from Avengers? Cool that we got an announcement for Final Fantasy 16. I mean, because of Final Fantasy 7, I'm excited for 16. I have to go naughty list. I'm sorry. Like, you teased that Avengers game for, God, 3 or 4 years, and it didn't do crap. So, naughty list.
Naughty list is right. You're the final arbiter on this. Here's a good one. And here's one that is very open to change across the coming weeks. CT Project Red.
Oh, shit. All right, gut reaction says naughty list.
Ooh.
I get why they should be on the nice list, because they do keep on pushing back Cyberpunk, which is great. We've talked about it on the show that any game that gets pushed back is good for us, the consumers. But every single time it gets pushed back, we applaud them, and then some dude named Jason Schreier digs in a little bit deeper, and we're like, oh, that's not fully truthful, is it? Like,
yeah, that'll get you on the naughty list for sure.
It's kind of like what everyone, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Kingdom Hearts 3, and this one. I will believe Cyberpunk 2077 is real when it finally downloads on my Xbox.
One day Schreier's gonna write one of them expose articles on Santa's Workshop and all the crunch that goes on in there, but it hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't yet. We keep that on the download, Gamer Santa.
Yeah.
Question though, are all your elves like RGB lit?
Oh yeah, this hat is just blue because I made it that way. It could be any color.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nice. I dig it.
Yeah. Gamer Santa is in 2020, dog. You know, he's getting those Nvidia cards. He's getting them AMD cards. He's just like, you know, mashing them together and making a whole new card because they're magical. Here's one.
Okay.
Bethesda.
Oh, crap.
Where is it fallen? Now, here's the thing. You might want to factor the Microsoft deal into it, but it feels like you would be giving, like,
a pass
presents to the rich kids who, you know, already have all the stuff and won't appreciate it. Square Enix is over there. They're the poor kid now. They haven't made up their money from the Avengers. You know what I mean? You're already giving them coal. You've already been merciless so far on this list.
You know, honestly, I was like, I figured Bethesda was going to get in there, and I was going to jump in saying nice list because they were bought by Sony, or not Sony, but Microsoft. But they have had so many like wet fart of games recently that screw it. I'm putting them on the naughty list. You got to prove something, Bethesda. Now you got Papa Phil's money. I want to see what you're going to do with it. Just because you got bought doesn't mean crap to me. You got to prove something. So no, naughty list.
This is, you're like a maverick of an elf, but I like it. I like your style. All right, final one on the list for this week. Ubisoft.
Ooh. All right.
Here's the dichotomy I'm picturing here. Is that you're playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and you have whatever opinions you have on that right now.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, Keith was playing Watch Dogs Legion.
That's what I'm factoring in right now. I'm like,
so you gotta weigh that up.
Ooh, like, I don't know where that one would fall. Like, am I enjoying Valhalla? I am. I like it. I'm getting to the point where it's getting a little bit grindy, which kind of turns me off a little bit, but that's fine. I thankfully haven't had any issues or hiccups that I've seen a lot of people tweeting about. I don't know if I got lucky, but my experience has been fine. But the outcry of people's whose experiences have just been effing awful, I got to throw them on the naughty list. Legion was bad. Valhalla seems to be okay, and then I'm thinking back to 2019 and Ghost Recon and Wildlands. No, what's the sequel to Wildlands? I don't remember. Oh crap! What was it? All I know is it screwed me over in our freaking fantasy league,
right? Because
Wildlands did so well, and I'm trying to think like Ubisoft might turn. And this is what I'll say: Ubisoft might turn it around depending on Phoenix Rising. I'm slowly getting on board with that game. I am not gonna lie. Like I was just off because I was like, it's not my jam. The more I'm actually looking into it, the more I'm watching what's going on with that. I'm actually getting kind of excited. So I'm gonna put Ubi on the naughty list because your game should run. If you're gonna drop a game and it can't run, that's on you. If you have game breaking bugs, that's on you, and that's automatic naughty list.
Yeah.
So.
You brought up the Fantasy League, and that's interesting because Finn tells me that league's just on the razor's edge right now. I think there's a point separating you two, and
I think so.
It's all going to come down to Immortals Phoenix Rising, it looks like, because Finn has counterpicked that.
Yes.
So maybe if it gives you like positive points in the Fantasy League, maybe that moves into the next list.
Well, actually, I didn't pick Phoenix.
Yeah. But I counterpicked it. So if it does
you counterpicked it, and I'm really that's going to save
Finn
me.
loses.
And Finn will lose, and I still have one more pick in our league, and I know what I'm going after. No one. I'm going to slide it right underneath the radar. I'm going to pick it up, and if I've heard what I've heard about it, points, and that's what matters.
That seems shady. That's backdoor shady deals.
Oh no.
All right. So the final list for this week stands at the nice list being Sony, Microsoft, EA, and Capcom. The naughty list heavily outweighing it this time around Activision Blizzard, Nintendo, Square Enix, CG Projekt Red, Bethesda, and Ubisoft. As it stands, all of them getting cool.
Yes.
So yeah, we will return to that next week as things in the games industry change and as we add new names to the list. But for then, list is being packed away, and it's goodbye for Gamer Santa.
Oh god,
until next week.
Because you had us really hot.
Oh boy, did we start the show already? God, I
don't know. Dude, Finn, where have you been?
Yeah, I guess then it's time to, go into our first big news story. Oh god, okay, that's fine. Yeah, first big news story of the week. Which is more of like a roundup. So yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be our official 2020 Game Awards nominees roundup. So yeah, they announced it this week. And yeah, I just want to go through each of the categories and see what you think about who got nominated, and like who you think will win. Sort of like a minor predictions thing. So yeah, have you got the website open?
I do, yeah.
Got it. So Game of the Year, we have Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Last of Us Part 2.
Hades.
I
think Hades will win Game of the Year. I want Animal Crossing to win, but I think it'll be Hades.
Rose is like throwing hammers at you right now, like throwing shovels and stuff. Just generally, what do you think of that lineup? Like, we've had good lineups before, and like 2020 being the year that was, that's a pretty solid lineup of Game of the Year.
Right there is just, there's nothing on, like, games have missed, that's going to happen, but that is just solid. Up and down, you're going to have a good experience with all 5 of those games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, 6.
Yeah. Doom Eternal is the one that feels like the L1 out there, from what I've heard. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
But it seems to be like they did some things right and some things they did worse than Doom 2016.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, it's nominated here, but as you go down the list, you'll see that it's like nowhere else.
Okay.
I don't know. I think this one might go to Ghost of Tsushima. Just the way Keith talks about it has me wondering.
It's fantastic. I love Ghost of Tsushima. There's something about it that's fantastic. I've been playing it. I haven't picked it up in a couple months, but Hades alone, there's just an outcry of Hades when it first came out, and I think it's still kind of flowing around there a little bit too. I wouldn't hate it if Ghost of Tsushima won, honestly, but my vote goes to Hades.
Yeah. Rose says they left Spiritfarer off Game of the Year. Absolute travesty. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Pretty much everything from the Game of the Year list, minus Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing, but adding in Half-Life Alyx. Yeah, go ahead.
My gut says Half-Life Alyx.
Ooh.
But possibly Ghost of Tsushima.
I would love to see Half-Life Alyx win.
Yeah.
Again, what I heard, because I don't have a VR headset, and I think that's the thing keeping it off the Game of the Year list, to be honest, is accessibility for people right now. But the way I hear people talk about this game, it would be like a fool's notion not to put this up as Game of the Year. I think Last of Us 2 is like the highest rated Metacritic game right now, but I think Half-Life Alyx is second.
Yeah, and that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's the thing. Half-Life Alyx is making me want a VR headset even more, just to experience that. Because again, I've heard nothing but good things about that one. That's why I think that might be the best game direction, because you get a full experience in a VR game, which is still very odd if you think about it.
Yeah. Best narrative. Again, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2 all making it there. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, perhaps the dark horse of this category.
Yes.
Again, this is one of those games where I heard people talking about it. I was like, oh, it's a cute little game. And then everyone's like, no, like, play it. And I'm okay. I might have to go back and play this one. I already have my like Game of the Year playlist, so I might have to add this to
Jump that in.
Yeah, before we talk about our own personal Game of the Years. But yeah, I literally have no input on that. I've heard mixed reactions on the narrative of Final Fantasy VII, mostly with the latter half. Yeah, what do you think?
Oh God, people are going to kill me. I'm going to give this one to Last of Us Part 2.
Okay, all right, I like it. It has a shot.
I know it has a shot. I know they're rightfully so. No spoilers. Why people hated it. I didn't like that part, but then when I took a step back and registered the whole concept of the narrative, that's when I was like, oh, that's what they're trying to get from us, and that's when I actually really enjoyed the storytelling of that one and the narrative concept of it.
For me, and again, we'll talk in code. We'll not give away spoilers. Those who know. For me, that part you mentioned in The Last of Us Part 2 was obvious to me going into this game, just from like what I'd seen of the trailers, and I'm like, how did no one else see this coming?
I'm with you.
I didn't get the anger with that. And the other big criticism that people have is like halfway through the game they make a choice. And that choice, I think, makes the game less fun to play. But from a narrative perspective, it makes you feel how those characters feel.
Exactly. And I think that's what people are forgetting or skipping over. Is, it made it less fun to play, but now you're actually within the headspace of those characters.
Right. So I think you could knock this game, you could dismiss this game for Game of the Year and for game direction, but for narrative, I think Last of Us 2 is a shoot-in. Best art direction, or In the Will of the Wisps making it on there. That's a tough one because they're all so unique. I think The Last of Us 2 again goes very strongly for a particular theme. It's not a nice theme. It's like dark and gritty, which not a lot of people like. Again, something like Ori and the Will of the Wisps might immediately just stand out like, yeah, obviously, yeah. Mm-hmm. But there's something to be said for all of these, and it seems purely subjective to me.
Yeah. And that's where, like, some of these I'm with you. Like, it's kind of, this is subjective. I'm good with Ori. I kind of hope that Dark Horse is it. I'm going to go with Ghost of Tsushima. I think that game is one of the most gorgeous games I've ever played in my life. And I don't know if this will get factored in, but the fact that you can play in Kurosawa mode where it's all black and white, I think that is the concepts of it are just outstanding. The only way, not the only way, and maybe this is another category. The only way I see like The Last of Us Part 2 jumping in on this one is the design of the being inclusive and all of the things that you can do to help you play that game were artistic choices.
Okay,
yeah. I don't know if that's how they would factor that in. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think they would move that to the accessibility award,
accessibility,
which we will get there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought there was an accessibility, but I could not remember.
Yeah, no, there is. Best score and music. Doom Eternal making its head. Okay.
Hades, 100% Hades.
Huh. So that's interesting to me because from the limited amount I did play of Hades, the music was notable and it was good and I enjoyed it. But for me, when I saw this category, my mind instantly went to Doom Eternal.
Really?
Yeah, just because of the striking nature of that soundtrack and how it seems different to like the orchestral aspect to pretty much everything else here.
Okay, I'm following that.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's better. That was just like what stood out to me. I'm sure Ori and the Will of the Wisps was on my list to play before the end of the year.
Oh, that's great. And the soundtrack, the score to that one is fantastic too. Like you can't go wrong with any of these. I'm actually falling with Doom Eternal. Hades is just Darren Korb is absolutely fantastic, and I love all the. I want to say he did all the other three Supermassive games. I'm pretty sure.
Supergiant.
Thank you. Not Supermassive. Different one. Supergiant. And he has a very specific flavor, but it works.
All right. Best audio design, and again, I feel like Half-Life Alyx is going to get shafted in here because I'm sure if you played that game, you're like, I've got the virtual reality, the audio design, but like everyone's just gonna be like, I didn't play it.
Ghost
of Tsushima. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Partly because of like the wind and the animals and such. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Resident Evil 3. I don't like. What would be notable about that? Is it like? Hearing Nemesis and
I think so. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really considering picking it up and playing it because I want to know.
Okay. But again, yeah, like public voting is part of this, and again, like what outlets that are on the voting committee have played Half-Life Alyx, who knows? I feel like this one's gonna get dismissed, despite it being. I feel like again, Alyx is gonna be one of those games where. When we were in the VR future, we'll be like, how did nobody notice this game? Oh my God. Crazy. Best performance. Awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture. The thing that stuck out to me in this category was Logan Cunningham as Hades.
Yeah.
And like I didn't understand this until someone pointed out to me that like you can only be nominated for one character, but he voiced a lot of characters in Hades. So maybe that's yeah. Apparently he voiced a lot, so they had to put him in for something. And I guess Hades being the title character, just put him in for that. But like I think this is a lump nomination.
Okay, gotcha. Oh hell, this one's hard actually.
For me, it's actually Johnson as LA. I think it's like the obvious on the nose one, but also like how could you not?
Yeah, actually, I'll go with you on that. It's for me. It's either Ashley Johnson or Jeter with Miles Morales.
Okay.
Yeah, I just beat that on Monday, and he made you feel it. I loved it.
Yeah. Do you think this will get knocked by, again, not enough time to play it before
Probably
December 10th? Yeah, that's going to be like our current theme. Like, a lot of next-gen games are going to be a little bit shafted, I think. Games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Here's
I will be divorced. I will be divorced if I do not say Spiritfarer, but I'll be absolutely honest too. I watched a good portion of Spiritfarer with Rose. I dropped out halfway through, and then she was coming up to the end of it, and I told her to go ahead and put it on the big TV so I could watch it, and I freaking cried, man.
Yeah.
I lost my shit, and I think that how it was handled, how the concept of death was handled was damn near perfect. And I think that it should go to Spiritfarer.
Yeah, this category always seems to be the one for me where I've heard of the least amount of games, so it gives me like recommendations of things to play that I've missed. Spiritfarer seems like, yeah, that's the obvious one, but like, tell me why in Kentucky Route Zero, like, you also want to give them the nod. And these two I haven't even heard of before. Like, what?
Yeah,
are
I have
these
no
games?
idea what Through the Darkest of Times and If Found actually are. I've played a little, or Rose played a little Kentucky Route Zero, and I watched it. That was interesting. I like it. Tell me why. I know it's on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, like, all the episodes are even for it yet, because it's episodic as well, I think.
Yeah, I think 1 and 2 are out. I don't know if 3. I don't even know how many episodes there were supposed to be.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Spiritfarer is the obvious one, but it's heartbreaking to not give it to these other ones. Yeah. Best ongoing. For me, there's a glaring oversight in this category, and I want to see. I want to figure out if you notice it too.
Are we talking about Final Fantasy?
14?
14, yeah.
No, that's not what I thought of, but like, I'm not as into that. For me, why is Among Us not in this category? It's like, so, like, Among Us should be in a bunch of other categories as well, possibly even in Game of the Year, but who knows? It's just how it works. Instead, we've got Apex Legends, Destiny 2, COD Warzone, Fortnite, and No Man's Sky. Hey, look at that. It's showing up. Fortnite sort of dropped off this year. Yeah. Warzone has, like, I've heard good things and bad things. Bad things mainly about how big the goddamn game is and how often it gets updated. I'd love to see it go to No Man's Sky, because I know they released their big update this year.
That's actually what I was thinking too. Like, I'm sorry, Hello Games got shit for it, rightfully so, and they have done nothing but shut up and work on it and make it better. I want to see No Man's Sky get it. Like, yeah. I actually love Apex. I think it's the only FPS game I will play if buddies are like, hey John, we want to play some Apex. It's been a while. All right, I'm in. But yeah, Fortnite fell off. That kind of not No Man's Sky, but Among Us and Fall Guys kind of took the place of that for a little bit. I know it's still big. With you, Warzone, a game should not be that big, and their updates should not be that big. The Destiny community that I kind of keep an eye on, and when we've got friends in it, it seems like it's kind of turned itself around since now Bungie is away from Activision again and is now their own thing.
Yeah.
So it seems like they're turning it around. I'm not 100% sure if that is correct, but buddies that we have, friends that we have, it seems like they're doing a little bit better and they're kind of on the upswing.
Right. Rose points out that obviously for best ongoing, you can't have a game that released in 2020 here. So she asks, when did Among Us actually come out? And you'd think
2016?
that game that came out this year, it was released years ago. And
it was like
nobody played it.
2016, 2017. It was a mobile game for like 2 years, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know who was like the influencer that just latched onto it. It just became this phenomenon this year, which is why I think it's like a shoe-in for best ongoing. Because Among Us this year is what Fortnite was last year, I think.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, the fact that that's not in here is a bit of a ooh. Best
I
indie game.
Warzone came out this year.
I don't know about that.
Because I remember it was during I call it COVID times, and I could have swore I downloaded it on my Xbox and played for a little bit.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember. I remember watching a Let's Play of Warzone around the time it came out, and I remember people being in offices like playing. So it must have been 2019 or before. Best indie game then for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside of the traditional publisher system. For me, the term indie is getting looser and looser because, like, Fall Guys was published by Devolver Digital. Would you consider that the traditional publisher system? And if not, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Devolver skirts a line, and I love it.
Devolver as well, Carrion, another one.
Yeah. I don't understand those two because Devolver I would see as a AA publisher?
Yeah, I guess.
I would at least put it AA. I can't say Devolver is a AAA publisher yet, but AA.
Just because the game is like small and colorful, I don't think makes
doesn't
it
cause
an indie.
it indie. Yeah.
And like Hades self-published, right? Yeah. And like a damn good game, indie game. Spelunky also self-published. Spiritfarer, as far as I know, self-published. The fact that Devolver is able to get 2 games snuck in here, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna do it. If Hades does not win Game of the Year, it's gonna get Best Indie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
But I want it to go to Spiritfarer. It is, again, Spiritfarer is probably as close to Spiritfarer is a masterpiece. I will say that. I'm not gonna say perfect. It is a freaking masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, some hearts are going to be like, this is the category where it's basically your favorite game versus Rose's favorite game.
Pretty much.
It's going to be hectic in that call with you guys when that happens. Best mobile game. Here's where Among Us shows up, despite the fact that it was a mobile game for a year and a bit before and it did nothing, and now it's on PC, like everyone's playing it. But I'm a little salty. It just seems wrong, right? But Among Us here, if it's going to win a category, it's going to be this one. Genshin Impact as well, I think it's a shout out for like how seriously massive that game is and how the player base of it, like in China and the East, huge, massive.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Legends of Runeterra? Isn't that a mobile card game?
Yes. Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, it's the Riot card. Okay, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's gonna go to Among Us. For shits and giggles, I wanted to go to Pokemon Cafe Mix. Just because we're like, wait, what? Who played that for more than 5 minutes?
Yeah. I can't wait for the year that Pokemon Sleep comes out and that gets nominated.
Where is that?
Yeah, what's happened to that? You know what? I've done more sleeping this year than you could possibly imagine. I could have been cracking eggs. Who knows? All right, best community support. Recognizing the game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and games updates / patches. Valorant feels icky to be on this list.
Yeah,
because I feel like they've done some nasty stuff.
Yep.
Especially with the thing that sticks out to me is the like, hey, if you watch it on Twitch so much, you'll get a key for early access, and that bumps up our Twitch numbers. And it's like, no, for me, Fall Guys has like killed the social media game this time around.
Yeah, I'll give it to Fall Guys as well.
Yeah. I think that's pretty easy. Best VR AR, Half-Life Alyx, 100%.
Half-Life Alyx.
No way. Dreams, I feel like again got snubbed, and like, if it weren't for Half-Life Alyx, I'd say Dreams gets it. But you can't knock. I feel like this is the only award that Alex is going to win, so we got to give it to them.
Yeah, I agree. Actually,
yeah. Innovation in accessibility.
Last
Valhalla,
of Us,
Grounded, Hyperdot, which I've yet to play, but it's on my list. Watch Dogs Legion and Last of Us Part 2. Yeah, Last of Us Part 2.
Last of Us. That it is insane and awesome how much they did for accessibility in that game.
Mm-hmm. Hyperdot was a game that was on my radar already, and it's like, because it's like a fun little arcade game. It's like a super fin jam. I am interested to see what the accessibility features of this game are, because I never even considered that being in this category before. So yeah, I'll be super interested to figure out that. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I've not heard of this game. I'm looking at it right now.
It's on Game Pass, which is why I noticed it at the start, and I was like, this seems like a fun little cool game that maybe nobody's played. And yeah, it's cool to see it get nominated. Best action. Doom Eternal, Hades, Half-Life Alyx, Nioh 2, Streets of Rage 4. Shout out. It's not going to win, but
I want Streets of Rage 4 to win. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Got a nod.
Hades.
Yeah.
Hades.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoyed Nioh 1, it's a Souls-esque style game. I think Hades is a little more rewarding in the action concept.
Mm-hmm.
Or action, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Super, super tight controls, very nice combat, yeah, for sure. Shoot in, lock it in. If action wasn't enough for you, best action/adventure, we got Valhalla, we got Tsushima, we got Miles Morales, we got Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Jedi Fallen Order. Per guys over there.
Dude.
And Last of Us Part 2.
God, I loved Jedi Fallen Order so much. Even through the bugs that we had or some of the weird loading things that happened to us. I freaking loved that game.
Jedi Fallen Order, a game that came out in 2019, but is doing like the Cyberpunk Smash Bros. Thing where it was too late to be eligible last year. Yeah. And I feel like for that reason, it got dismissed for a lot of awards this year. And it's like when you scroll down to Action Adventure and you see Jedi Fallen Order, you're like, oh yeah, why is it not in the other categories? But yeah.
I'm going to dark horse this one. As much as I could see actually Ghost of Tsushima actually doing this, I'm dark horsing it. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That game, the controls are extremely tight. The puzzle solving is insane. And actually, with them adding combat from the first one, it just feels so freaking good.
Yeah. All right. Best role-playing game. Persona 5 Royal shouldn't be on here. I don't care if...
No, I'm with you. Yeah,
it's substantial. Shouldn't be on here. All right? I'm sorry, Keith, and sorry, Tim. It feels wrong.
Well, hold on, wait. Didn't they added a whole new semester? Didn't they? They added stuff to it.
There's a bunch of stuff, but like, I'm sure you could find a substantial enough versions of other games.
Dude, we are not going to get into this argument because I will drop the Demon Souls coup that we had in our fantasy league. No, I will fight for Persona 5 Royal then.
The thing was,
crap,
John,
sir.
The fact that you stand by this argument so well is so, it makes me so happy because if I had have agreed with you and we would have let Demon Souls be open to bid on, I would have got it. You had no money left.
Oh,
but the fact that you stand by it anyway.
That. No, I will stick. I will die on a hill just because of that.
All right. I think this has got to go to either Final Fantasy 7 or Yakuza 7. And Keith will probably be able to weigh in more because he's played both of those.
I don't know. Genshin Impact. That's had a pretty good hit.
Mm-hmm. But are you playing a role in that game as much as you are just grinding?
You know what? That's a good question. I've only played 2 or 3 hours of it. I really don't remember. I would say Persona 5 added so much. You know what? I'm gonna die on the hill. I'm gonna do it. Persona 5. Because to me, it's gonna be Persona 5 or Yakuza.
Mm-hmm. Harsh. It feels bad for Final Fantasy 7. I still feel like, you know what? I'm not going to get into the argument. Persona 5 should win this category. That's it. That's the last thing I'm saying on it. Best fighting game. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows. Under Night in Birth X. What is with these titles, guys? How do I even pronounce this ending bit? Right, okay.
Late CL-R. Later? Is that later? Clearer? Clear Dasher?
You know what? We're gonna move on.
Yeah, I can't really. Whatever Grand Blue is, or Grand Blue. I have no idea what this is.
I feel like I've seen the most of Grand Blue, and that seems like a pretty well put together game. I'll give it to that. One Punch Man being on the list at all just makes me think it's been a bad year for fighting games. Because I think that was like 70 on Metacritic.
Ouch.
So yeah, rough. And the fact that Street Fighter V and Mortal Kombat 11 are here as well. Yeah, weird. But yeah, I'd give it to Grand Blue. Best family game. Here's where we get down to brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen.
Here it comes.
Because we've got Animal Crossing, we've got Crash 4, we've got Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, great to see that get nominated, Minecraft Dungeons, and Paper Mario The Origami King. I know what y'all are going to say.
Yes, I don't know what you're going to say.
All right, okay, right. Do you want to weigh in before I go off on a?
Yeah, I bet you don't know what I'm going to say too.
All right,
you want to do it?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, and count of three. Let's just say it over each other. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Crash Bandicoot. No, I just said that because I knew you were going to do it. No, it's actually going to go to Animal Crossing. I'm not going to lie to you. There's no way in hell. I'm sorry. You had people pick up Animal Crossing. You had I know moms and dads who bought a Switch so they could have an island and trade with their kids. Do you play past the controller with Crash Bandicoot?
Not.
But
obviously, you know I haven't.
Switch.
You can't play past the controller. There is other online multiplayer modes. And the past the controller, I think, is perfect for family, perfect for local co-op. And like, if you want to go on the thing where it's like, Crash Bandicoot 4 is a hard game and kids shouldn't have to play hard games. No. You're making kids, you're dumbing games down for kids. They can play Crash Bandicoot 4 and they'll love it. It's a family game.
No, sure. I see this coming in chat. Here, we're gonna do the ultimate question. Hi, I have my son and or daughter is into video games, and I really want to connect with them. Hello, gamer Santa. What game should I actually play with my son or daughter? What is a good entry point into video games for me as a father who works 40 hours a week and but I want to connect with my kids. But I don't want to. It's not a full time suck. But I just want to be able to jump in and jump out because I'm really busy.
Well, there are words going around about this hip new game Animal Crossing right now, and I will give you a word of warning of this, good sir or madam, is that yes, Animal Crossing would be a good shout if you're willing to pay for 2 Nintendo Switch Online subscriptions for 2 Nintendo Switches. And also, you're going to have to be waiting in these year-long loading screens to just get to another island. Now, if you want a quicker experience, and I see you mentioned that you're on a 40-hour work week, so time is valuable to you, and I admit you that. It'll just be super easy to just pass the controller to another person, and for that I have the game for you. Inbuilt feature right now with Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. And hey, you hate your kids. You don't want to interact with your kid. You think you do, but you don't. You're just giving them video games to give them a distraction, right? They will be on that last world of Crash Bandicoot 4 until they're 18 years old, at which point you can kick them out of the house. So, if you really want a game that has value for money, all you gotta do is feed your kid and give them Crash Bandicoot 4.
But I see my kids doing these weird fork knife dances, and I just don't know if I want to be associated with that. Like that just doesn't make sense. So why is this? You called it a bandicoot?
Chat, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear I'm being spicy right now. This is Hades is the hill John dies on. This is the hill I die on. Are we gonna do a bet? You want to do a bet? I'll do a bet. No, I'm not saying it's gonna win. It's obviously gonna go to Animal Crossing. But I'm saying that when that happens, it'll be the wrong way to go. Because here's what, John, when's the last time you visited your Animal Crossing island? Chat, when is the last time, other than Rose, you don't count, when is the last time you guys visited your Animal Crossing islands? And be honest now.
Oh, it's been since June. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, for me it's been May. Can you really say that it's the game of the year if you just are able to drop it and never pick it up again?
But that I am actually following what you're saying, but I will say this one. I have seen so many people jump back in because of the holiday events. Oh, my mom actually picked up Animal Crossing again because she wants to build the snowman. I'm going to use snowman right now. I know we just had the Thanksgiving event. It's die on your hill. I respect it, dude. You know that. I love it. I just like the idea that, yeah, I bought a $200 and or $300 device so I could play a game about being in debt with my kids, and it worked. and it's pretty much what saved us at the very beginning of whatever the hell 2020 actually is.
Rose points out in chat. I don't want to make this a back and forth match with Rose unless she wants to come in here and pop with the microphone.
Oh shit. Oh god.
She says in the chat, you say that people don't get back into Animal Crossing once people beat most games, they don't go back and replay it. I call heresy on that, because Crash Bandicoot 4 is a game about replaying it over and over and over and over again, and it makes it fun every time you replay it, because every time you replay it you get something new out of the experience.
Yeah, once I beat a game, dude, I don't really go back to it unless people ask. Even if it has replayability, it's got to be like, it gets to a point where you have to do things over and over again until you get to that replayability. At least, and trust me, why I fell off of Animal Crossing is the grind. I fully admit to that. I am not a grindy person, but I mean, at least with getting seasons changed and new characters coming in and out, and it's so random on Animal Crossing and their islands, at least it does, in my opinion, have a replayability and not let me collect CRASHS. I don't know. I can't really say that. I haven't played Crash yet, so I'm just assuming from what I played from the first 3 games. But yeah. I get you, bro. I get you. I no hate. Trust me, I love this. This is why I like bringing Spicy Fin in, especially when we talk about Crash Bandicoot, because this is my favorite time of the day.
All right. The award is going to go to Animal Crossing nonetheless, but I will stand on my soapbox until the day I die.
And I love it.
Best simulation/strategy. The fact that these two very different genres of games are lumped into one category for an award is a bit disheartening, because simulator should go to Flight Sim, and strategy should absolutely go to Crusader Kings 3.
Yes, actually, I am 100% with you on this one. There needs to be kind of a split. I agree.
Yeah.
Money Flight Simulator. That was as big as I anticipated, i.e. why I picked it up on our fantasy league.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Crusader Kings or Microsoft or the Flight Simulator, I'm good with either one.
Yeah. Best sports/racing game.
There's no Forza. I give no shits.
There is, however, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which again feels like cheating.
Feels like cheating, but you know what? I'm good with it. Actually, I think they did a good job. Vicarious Visions did a great job with that game, and honestly, minus like F1 2020 or Dirt, I don't want it to go to FIFA. I don't want to go to NBA 2K21.
Dirt 5 is the one you could make the argument for, but I think, no, it should go to Tony Hawk.
It should go to Tony Hawk. Give me something new. Give me something interesting. Give me something different. Or put care into it and not repackage it and ship it.
Yeah. Best multiplayer. And again, you know what? I'm not going to go into it.
No, don't go ahead. No, I'm not. Die on the hill. That's fine, dude. I'm with you. I will die on the hill.
I agree that Family Game will be won by Animal Crossing New Horizons. The fact that this is in the pool for best multiplayer...
I'm with you. I am 100% with you. It's a multiplayer. I understand the concept of what they're going with multiplayer. I do not see it as a multiplayer game, though. This is a very odd co-op game.
Yeah. Give it to Among Us or give it to Fall Guys. Let's get out of here.
Yep. I'm good with this. Yeah, this should not go to Animal Crossing. It's not a multiplayer game.
Yeah. Content Creator of the Year. I don't know any of these people except for Alana Pierce, so I'm going to say her.
I'm going to go with Alana, too. I know of Tim the Tatman, but I'm going to go with Alana because I love her, and I think she has a lot of good insight.
Yeah. And this might be the last year she's able to win this, because she's Santa Monica Studios writer now. So, yeah, good for her. But yeah, shout out to all these other people. I don't know who you are, but I bet you did good things. Best debut game. for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. We got Carrion, we got Mortal Shell, we got Raji, An Ancient Epic, Roki, Phasmophobia. I've never played Mortal Shell. These other games, it could go any one of them. For me, the one that made the biggest impact, I think, is Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
But I think
in
Roki,
cultural zeitgeist, that's where I'm going to go.
Roki could have, from what I heard of it, could easily be like the best made game. Raji, I only played the demo, but I really, really liked what I saw of it. Carrion, I actually didn't like what I played in the demo, but yeah, it was just a taste, yeah. It was, there was nothing wrong with it, it just didn't grab me, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at Mortal Shell. I want to. It seems kind of my game on the Dark Souls-esque style, but if I'm going to say one that I've played, I'm going to go with Roki, actually. I think Phasmophobia is in the cultural zeitgeist, so it probably will win, but I think most interesting and all that fun stuff, I think it should go to Roki. I think visually it's fantastic. The story that I know of, what I played, great. So I think that there's more staying power with Polygon Treehouse, to me, in my opinion, than Kinetic Games. And it's only because Phasmophobia, not a one-trick pony. It's very interesting in their mechanics and what they did. But I see a brighter future for Polygon Treehouse on the development creating game side.
Got it. And yeah, we're not going to do the esports stuff because, like,
I don't know. I'm sure heaven. You guys are great.
Yeah, all of you deserve an award. Every single one of you.
Welcome to Little League. You all deserve awards.
Yeah. That segment went way longer than I anticipated. But we're going to march on.
All right, let's power through this.
That's not the one I meant to bring up. Oh, okay, screw it. We'll just go into it. PS5 sales figures. The PlayStation 5 is the biggest console launch in history. This comes via Sony themselves, but the report was made up by games-industry.biz. And they said, the official PlayStation Twitter account confirmed that the next-gen console had surpassed the initial sales of the PlayStation 4, although the company has yet to share official figures. PS4 sold 2.1 million units in its first 2 weeks, so we know it's more than that. And at that time, the PS4 was the biggest console launch of its time. So that makes PS5 the biggest console launch in history. And then, Sony says that demand is unprecedented, surpassing sales of the previous record setter. And they said, we wanted to confirm that more PS5 inventory will be coming to retailers before the end of the year. Please stay in touch with your local retailers if you are a scalper or a bot. They didn't say that in, but I just added that in. Yeah,
I believe it.
I don't think anyone was surprised by this.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the pictures of people for Black Friday? Some guys actually took their bed and put it in front of a GameStop and slept there during Thanksgiving so they could get the one of 3 PlayStation 5s that the store was going to have.
Shout out to that guy. You know, you got the hustle.
Kudos.
Yeah. For me, I feel like I've been hearing the sentiment of consoles are becoming irrelevant, they're dying out, they're going away for over a decade now. And every time we get to one of these console launches, it's just like demand is up, everything. You can't give away these things, you know, or
nope.
Yeah, that's not what I meant to say. But yeah, you can't find these things anywhere. And so, like, yeah, of course. And like, even Jim Ryan was in an interview recently, and he was like, we didn't anticipate this much demand, and we couldn't meet the supply. Because it's like, really, you didn't know you were going to sell all of them?
Okay, I will play devil's advocate just real fast, mainly because we know gaming is a multi-billion-dollar avenue. I think COVID and people trying and jumping into gaming for the first time or coming back to it after years, I think that helped it out too. I'm with you. You sure? I mean, PlayStation 4 I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to outselling the Wii. Pretty sure. So you didn't think that those people were not going to transition pretty fast to the PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
You sure, Sony?
Yeah. And then, yeah, the only question then is, like, as you said, like, I think that the PS4 did surpass the Wii, and I think it was trying to catch up to... It outsold the PS1, so it was trying to catch up to the PS2, which is the best selling of all time. It's not going to get there, but good on it for trying. It was very close, and it's now just a question of whether the PS5 has the legs and can it catch the PS2.
Yes.
So yeah, I wonder how long this generation is going to last. I wonder if PS5 has the Steam. I wonder if Xbox is going to pull it back with some of them Bethesda exclusives and Game Pass and streaming.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. No, and Strider and Chad, I actually agree with you. I think we're getting to that merge point of low to mid-grade PC or console.
Mm-hmm.
And the console is almost plug and play. I mean, unless you go and actually buy the PC itself. So it's easier for like parents, especially parents, to wrap their head around a console than it is a computer, because they know it. We at least know it goes to a TV. With a computer, it's still those questions of, oh, do I need to buy you a monitor or monitors? What else needs to happen? At least with the console, you get the controller, you get all the cords, you plug in, and you go.
Mm-hmm. And I think I saw, like, obviously the Twitter feed has been like a mess with just reports of scalpers and bots and people buying PS5s and getting Nerf guns in the box or whatever. Yeah. And it really sucks to see. And like, you always think like, all right, this console launch, they've got it down. They can't let this stand anymore. But the next time this happens, they'll have figured it out. And we'll just be able to, get in there. And I don't hold out any hope that it's going to be the same thing with the PS6 and the Xbox Series V. Yeah. It just sucks to see, because I know like a bunch of people just really want this system. And it's like, as well, like, again, we're in the loop about all these. We knew when these pre-orders dropped, so we're able to get ours. But like, a lot of people get to the console launch and they're like, oh, now I've heard about the PS5. Can I buy one? Nope. And it's like, it's weird. You see all these TV ads like Rick and Morty talking about like, go out and buy a PS5. It's like, where can I buy one?
Where are we going to get one? I need one, but
why are you showing these ads right now? I can't even buy one of these. So yeah, that is that. Yeah, it's weird to me that they didn't announce like actual numbers. I know Xbox won't announce numbers probably ever again. They're more focused on Games Pass subscribers and active players. But yeah, so it's weird that they didn't want to flex this time around and go, yeah, we sold this many. Maybe they will in like a month's time when all the dust is settled. But we'll see. So yeah, since PlayStation are doing so well on the hardware front, you might be interested to know to partake in this spicy rumor. Supposedly, the PSVR 2 is in development. This comes via a Dutch outlet called Let's Go Digital, so it's thoroughly a rumor at this stage. There's a new patent, supposedly, because LED lighting, haptic feedback, and possibly augmented reality. The headband is pressure sensitive to intuitively fit correctly on the user's head. So like for reading the patent, it uses like either cameras or motion sensors or just like pressure sensors to like fit nicely on the head. And I imagine that is just like, you want it to fit nicely on the head so the haptic feedback isn't just like fucking shaking your head. And again, I already currently don't understand haptic feedback on a controller. God help me if I'm going to try and understand haptic feedback on your skull. But yeah, I don't know why when I was reading this article, I was just immediately thinking about like a sci-fi horror scenario where it malfunctions and it's like pressure sensitive, activate it and just squeezes your head.
On your head, just
explosions.
Very Demolition Man, I like it.
Yeah. So since this is a spicy rumor, it is once again time to bring up the spicy rumor index.
Yes.
John, where does this fall for you? How spicy rumor is this? Did you have a PSVR 1, I guess we call it now?
Yes, I have a PSVR 1. I have not hooked it up to my PlayStation 5 to see how it works. Also, Finn, can you give me the index again? Because I don't have it with me readily.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll just read it out because I don't have the file.
Okay.
So at the bottom we have Frosted Flakes, just garbage rubber, nothing. Then you got, from up there, you got Chili Fib, Rhymy Rumor, Tantalizing Teal is like the middle ground. Then you got Spicy Scoop, Piping Hot Possibilities, and at the very top you got the Blazing Beasts for the hottest rumors in all of the games industry.
Okay. I'll go with Chili Fib. I think this is gonna happen, and because it is a patent, that means nothing.
Yeah,
and everything. Like it means nothing. Like like Sony is patent. Like Sony, Nintendo, everyone patents shit just so they can have it. But this means absolutely nothing. Would it be awesome to get haptic feedback on your face? I have no idea. I know it freaked me out in Astrobot when I got hit by hail. I don't know if I want that on my face. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But I do. What interests me with this rumor, actually, when reading it, is that it could go with both a PlayStation and a PC. That I like. Yeah. That is something, because I want a. I'm going to build a computer that is more VR ready, but it's always like, oh, which one do you get? Do we go non-computer with the Quest? Do we go after the whatever the new HTC is? I don't know. I see potential with what we got with PSVR 1. I want to see what happens with PSVR 2, especially if I can connect it to a computer. Yeah. That is spicy to me. That is something I'm more interested in than the VR headset itself, mainly because we know it's coming. It has to come because we're using 2 generations ago controllers. You cannot tell me that we're not going to get new controllers, a new headset, and however the PlayStation Eye, which why did that come out right now? Does anyone use the PlayStation Eye?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is a Chili Fib. Mostly because like we knew this was happening. But the fact that we're at patent stage suggests to me that this is a ways off. Probably further in the future than I would have liked, because I was waiting for like PSVR 2 to drop so I could get on the VR bandwagon and play Astro Bot and play Moss and Beat Saber and all these other games I've missed out on. So yeah, like the fact this seems far away for now. Yeah, and like okay.
This is going to be a half step peripheral. Whatever PS5 Pro, I think this comes out with it. So I say 2023.
Yeah, like definitely a Chili Fib. You put this in your tongue, you're like, was that an ice cube? What's that? What's happening there? Was I supposed to taste something? There's no taste.
What was that?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. If it becomes more, if there are more like wild features out there, like the PSVR shoots lasers out the front, you know, maybe it gets upgraded to a Rhymy Rumor then. But we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that in the future. So yeah, moving on to the next story, which is a spicy, just news story. Got me spicy, got me hot, got me thinking. Project 007 announced, being developed by IO Interactive, famous for their work on the Hitman games. I loved everything about this. I screamed from the rooftops in our Discord when this happened. This teaser, I'll just start off with that. Perfect. Perfect. Like, I wish I didn't see the title, by the way, but you can tell they were feeling themselves. The slow pan through the gun and like the slow theme coming in, you start to recognize it, and then just oh, John.
The horror. No, I'm with you. Like I was like, what are they doing? And right when the bullet dropped in, you heard the slow, like the crescendo of the horn. And I'm like, no, they're not doing a Bond game. And as it panned over, you saw the Bond reticle concept. And I was like, holy shit, we're getting a Bond game.
Yeah, dude.
Yes. God, I am excited for this.
Have been waiting for a good Bond game for a long time. And if you had asked me what studio would I put on it, IO Interactive would have been up there for sure. Yep.
I had it down to 2.
Yeah. the fact that this is early on, we're not going to see this for years, but the fact that it's like that, like the reason they announced this now is sort of like the Avengers thing, and why it took so long from announcement is because like when you sign these deals, you gotta just immediately let them out for share price, for just like in case it leaks, NDAs and stuff. You gotta put it out there. And so like I think this is a ways off, but I'm still excited. And this is gravy right now. What I'm about to say is, in the announcement tweet, they said, earn your 00 status in Project 007, and this is the first ever James Bond origin story. Now, are
we sure about that?
It's one thing to make a good James Bond game, because it's happened in the past. Everything or Nothing, godlike James Bond game. But it's another thing to take an IP as cherished and as protected as James Bond in British culture and just in pop culture. Yeah. And to just, the confidence they have in IO Interactive to just say, hey, we're going to give you the opportunity to write the start of Bond, which we've never done before in any book, in any movie. We're going to let you do that because we have confidence in you that you're going to treat it with faith. That is like the ultimate seal of they know what they're doing.
Casino Royale was a Bond getting his 00 status.
Was it really? I never watched Casino Royale.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's first movie, Casino Royale, you literally see him get his 00 status. Because you have to have 3 confirmed kills. Mm-hmm. And during the intro fight scene, you get his 3rd kill, and you see it go through, and James Bond 007. So yeah, technically this is not the first James Bond origin story.
That's what they're plugging as. I don't know if Casino Royale is canon
video game wise.
Yeah,
video game wise, I think that's correct. But like in general, no. Daniel Craig's Casino Royale was a origin story of him becoming James Bond, or him becoming a 007 or 00.
But yeah, immediately when this happened, like I heard the only criticisms I heard was like, yeah, IO Interactive like have made really good Hitman games, but are they a one-trick pony? Like there's so much more you need to put into a James Bond game. You need to have character, whereas Agent 47 really doesn't. It just stands there looking menacing. And like it's more than just stealth. You got to have big budget action, explosions, and fast-paced stuff. I think this is IO Interactive saying, hey, we have mastered the Hitman genre.
Yeah.
This is us now branching out into our next big thing and showing what we can do as a studio. This is us flexing our muscles right now. And there are going to be missions which are like just like Hitman. But I think they're confident enough to go, hey, we can also do the running away from giant planes and, you know, like there's going to be like dialogue trees and stuff in there where you're just like having a conversation in the casino as Bond. I have full faith in IO Interactive to just take this on, and I'm so happy that they got it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite Bond game? I think you're going to say GoldenEye. Unless...
I will. Yeah, it would probably be GoldenEye, but that's just from pure nostalgia of being up until like 2 o'clock in the morning with friends playing the multiplayer.
Yeah, and it just speaks to me as well. Like this speaks to how licensed game, the treatment of licensed IPs in games have changed so much. Because you think back to other like licensed games and other James Bond games, and you think, you know, like there were some good ones, but like ultimately they were movie cash-ins. They were these standard bargain basement things you get, and it's like licensed games now. You have the full spectrum. You still have the Garfield carts and the Hotel Transylvania games where it just doesn't work and it's buggy. But you also have like Spider-Man PS4, and there was another one I was thinking of, but it's gone. It's gone from me now, John. I can't remember what it was. But like there's so many like good big budget license games now.
Yeah, I'm with you. IO I think is damn near perfect. Rose and I were actually talking about this during lunch, and I actually would have gone with Crystal Dynamics with how they did so well with Tomb Raider. But Avengers kind of effed that up for him, so I'm very happy IO has it now.
Yeah. Crystal Dynamics would have been good. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog would have been another one. Oh, but like I don't think they want to work on. I don't think they ever want to work on IPs that aren't their own anymore. Not since Crash. They don't want to do it. They lost Crash, and that sting was too bad for them. But yes, now we are moving on to some bonus stories, some even more news, ones that we'll just touch on. Crossfire X and Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, delayed to 2021. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm excited for Cuphead. Yeah. I love that game. I hate how hard it is, but I love it. Crossfire, I'm just happy I actually did not pick that up in the Fantasy League. I thought about it.
Am I an idiot?
I decided to... What?
For just now realizing that Delicious Last Course stands for DLC.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Am I just an idiot?
Yeah, okay, I was like... Let's just move on.
But no, I don't think that like anyone was expecting the game to come out. If you have a game right now that doesn't have a set in stone release date for December, it's 2021. Just
yeah.
Big push over there. There's a game on your...
Sorry, I'm looking at chat.
Yeah. Rose is like patronizing me. Strider's like, I just got it too. What was I going to say? You have a game in the Fantasy League that I've never heard of before, but is just like, right now it's sitting at Q4 2020. And I'm just like, oh, John, that's not coming out. It's like Cyber Dragon or Cyber Shadow.
Oh, yeah, Cyber Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually that is being published by my boys over at Yacht Club.
Not coming out.
Not coming out. Yeah, I'm really pissed. Yeah, like it is homage to Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that. Like, so I've seen the trailer. It's a indie, obviously. Well, it's indie developed because it's not actually like Yacht Club. It's another team, but Yacht Club knows them, and they're like, no, we'll publish it for you. We'll get it out there. But yeah, that got announced, and it was supposed to be out. God, I don't remember now. But yeah, Q4 2020, I think, is what they said at the beginning of COVID. And then, yeah, that sucks for me. Oh my God, it really is a point. Oh my God, I have not looked, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I have not looked at our Fantasy League in like 2 weeks because it's just like I have to get away from it. And I have one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know. I cannot even figure out what that game is that you're going to... I don't want you to tell me either. It's like, I cannot figure out what that game is. I'm going to be surprised.
I'm just very, very happy Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 has a release date. When I heard that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm grabbing that one real fast because I know the first one did really well. Yeah.
Next story. Microsoft reportedly planning an Xbox app for smart TVs to come out within the next year.
And Microsoft, you're confused why people are out buying the PlayStation 5. Huh.
Fair enough.
Who knew?
But again, like, that is... me and Tim had a long conversation in our Discord about streaming and cloud infrastructure. Like, this app will come and, like, nobody will use it because nobody can use it in the US or the West at the minute. This is purely there so that it's there and ready to go. And then let the infrastructure do its thing. Create the demand first. But yeah, we were talking about a few weeks ago the Xbox streaming stick that they were planning and maybe releasing at some point. But like, this is just like, if they're going to do that, obviously this as well. I can't wait for the day where PlayStation is just an app on my TV and I don't have to have a console. You know what I mean?
That would be interesting. Yeah. I bring on those days, but then I also love the stress of, did I get the pre-order? Did I get it? Is it good? When is it coming? Jesus, please tell me.
I never knew you were a pre-order junkie. You're like, I love the rush.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, you were going to find out how much.
That F5 key. Ooh.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
My team knows I didn't do a damn thing at work when the Xbox Series X came out or released because I was F5ing the entire time at work. I didn't do anything.
Yeah. To be fair, I did feel that rush whenever I was like. That night I was F5 and F5 and it was like the PS5, where is it? And then I was like, I was about to give up and I'll just check Twitter. And in the depths of Twitter, just like among these very specific circles, a code was circulating. And if you enter this code, you get a pre-order for the PS5 and you don't gotta wait for any queues or anything. And it's like, surely that doesn't work, but I'm going to bed, so I'll check it. Oh my God, it's there. that was the ickiest thing I did ever, like, to get a games console. That was wild. But I get what you mean, yeah. But streaming's coming. Microsoft is full steam ahead for Project X Cloud, and this is just another way for them to push that. So yeah, good for them. Square Enix to make working from home a permanent option as of December 1st. They said in a statement, rather than utilising work from home solely as a means of preventing infections during the current pandemic, the company will establish it as a permanent and core program among the working styles it accommodates. This is one of those things. Yeah, this is one of those things that at the beginning of lockdown, we were saying like things can't be the same anymore, and like working from home, maybe it should be a thing that's considered. And it looks like they reviewed some internal data, and they were like, "Hey, a lot of people work better from home, really like working from home. Why not have it as an option?" And especially like this is the first of its kind I'm hearing as like right now saying like, "Hey, it's going to be a permanent thing from now on." But like, the fact as well that this is a Japanese company doing it with the work culture over there is very interesting to me, and I'm like, yeah, good on them.
I mean, who knew people would rather work harder when they're safe at home? Crazy.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, don't have to pay the bill for the offices. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, again, the way they structure it in the thing, it's like, it doesn't exclusively limit you to working from home as well. You're classified as primarily working from home if you work there 3 or more days a week. But it doesn't stop you coming into the office either. So it's just like letting people do what they want, you know? We got Zoom calls, we got the technology.
I think the caveat or the asterisk we need to put on this too is we as consumers, we as news reporting people, can we call ourselves reporters or whatever? You know what I'm trying to say? I think we can.
Media.
You know what I'm trying to say. Media, yeah. We in the media, we're going to have to now adjust our concept of when games are coming out because that's going to have a big impact on it. Like, they're not going to have the infrastructure, everything that's built into their office. It's going to be more at-home stuff. Granted, I'm sure they're going to have a smaller office possibly where you can go in and do some of the bigger things you need to do, but this also now tells us, okay, and I'm only using Final Fantasy 16 because it's in my head right now. That might get pushed a little bit because people are working at home. We saw it happen over these last 8 months. It might be one of those things that we just have to now adjust our time if other people jump on the bandwagon with the idea of, oh no, let's just work at home, protect our employees, put them first, and the games will get out because we've proven people can wait for games.
The thing I always wonder with this story is like, how will it affect crunch? Because as we've like stated many times in the show, crunch is a culture, and when you're not in an office and like you don't have those eyes watching you, is it going to be a thing where like I'm able to just log off for the day and turn off my computer and I don't have that guilt? Or is it going to be a thing where like, and I've done this before as well, where like you stay online on Slack to just pretend to have that illusion, but like, you know.
I can say, for me personally, I actually stayed on a lot longer than I was supposed to working. Yeah, because that's I think we're going to come down to now the individual concept of it instead of it being a culture. It's going to be hopefully, oh no, I want to work on it because I want to work on it. Yeah, and not work on it because we have to fulfill investors, which is still going to be there, and we have to get it out by December 10th. I don't think that's happening.
And our final story today, Red Dead Online is going standalone as of December 1st. It will be available at launch at a reduced price of $5 until February. The standalone version also requires 123 gigabytes of disk.
Jesus!
So it is the war zone of Rockstar right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just bought Red Dead 2. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't do this before. And like, also, where is that GTA Online thing for PS5? Is that already out? Is that a thing? Is that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Weird. I know when they announced it, I think it's supposed to come out early next year. I want to say I remember them saying like Q1 2021 for the current gen version of GTA 5. But yeah, that's been really quiet.
Yeah. I don't think Red Dead Online hit as hard as Rockstar was expecting. And I think this is maybe them trying a way to like give it a second chance, just give it a little bit of boost. Especially with this reduced price thing. Like, you want to get as many people in there as possible very quickly so that it builds up a community. And like have influencers play it and everything that goes along with that. But yeah, I definitely don't. I think they were like, this is going to be GTA Online 2, but with cowboys. Yeah. And it wasn't. So now they're trying to figure out a way to make that work for them.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Red Dead Online did come with Red Dead 2, yes? Or was that...
Not at launch.
Not at launch? Okay.
It was pretty fast. It was like a month or something, I think, and it was in beta for a long time as well. But it was not like a day and date thing. People did have time to just play through the single player while waiting for online.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, that is all the stories we have for today. Chat, if you want to stick around after this ends, we will be doing a quick post-show Q&A. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today or anything that just popped into your head and you want to ask us, we'll be sticking around for that. Until then, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on podcast services, you can find us at entertheplayhouse.com. This show goes live every week at twitch.tv/playhouse. Go look at our YouTube channel for all of our other video content, and yeah, we will see you next week. More people will be in the Naughty and Nice list, who knows? But until then, see you guys next week.